The last time I worked on it was 8.5 months ago.
The last part.
You're finishing it. The wheels are back on and the rear end's put back together. Hello, I'm Tiffany. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and guys, we are finally getting back on Nemesis, the SSP. When I say we, I don't mean Tiffany, because she's already there doing her thing like she's been doing forever. What I mean is me and Matt. So today is hopefully welding day. I don't know, the first thing we got to do is make the car mobile. We got to turn it around so I can get the welder to that spot. And I ripped apart the rear end. You guys know that if you've been following the channel. I got to put the rear end back together really fast, but the plan is to go ahead and see if I can start welding the cowl on today, because this car needs to go back on the road. It has been, well, I say back on the road, it never really ran on the road. I tore it apart though, and the last time I worked on it was 8.5 months ago. That's the last time I worked on this Fox body called Nemesis. That's the name in case you missed it, Nemesis. So 8.5 months, been way too long. Time to get busy. So let me get the rear end slapped together. We'll go from there. Well, look at that, guys. Just like that, the wheels are back on and the rear end's put back together. Actually, it was not just like that. Believe it or not, an hour and a half has passed. I was fighting with those spider gears and the axles and getting the pin in, and part of it is I just haven't done it in a while. And I wanted to see if I could do it myself. I didn't really get Matt's help hardly at all. And I did finally get there. But yeah, that took way longer than expected. One of the things I forgot to tell you guys though, is this is actually part 2 of welding the cowl in. And like I said, I started that last time I worked on this car 8.5 months ago. That's when I started this series. I was like, oh, we're gonna do a series on welding the cowl in, and you have part 1. Well, now you have part 2, 8.5 months later. So if you're waiting on me, I'm sorry. But anyway, the car is finally ready to be moved around. The reason why we have to move it around is the welder's over there and it just doesn't reach. So we got to move it around to get to the welder. But before we do that, before we get the car on the ground and do that, I do want to show you guys what Tiffany has been up to. So let's check in on her progress, and she's about done. How you been doing over there, babe?
Just working away.
Are you to the details now?
I am. So it takes a little more time because I'm just doing small little pieces, and
You're almost done though, right?
I am. I've got one last large area right there, and then just
okay, yeah, up here.
Fine-tuning.
That's another reason the car needs to go down.
Right.
Yeah, because this is still black. You're trying to get this down to the tan.
I am.
And we've got some metal spots we uncovered. It's probably metal underneath this Bondo. Obviously metal here, and metal where the antennas were.
There's going to be more Bondo underneath that too, so that's actually going to take a little more time. But I think I'm going to leave the Bondo for the look, because all that's underneath there is bare metal. Personally think that that's pretty close to the tan color.
You hear how she's talking? She's like, I'm going to leave. It's like it's her car. But I guess at this point, it's probably your car, right?
At least this is my paint job.
Oh, wow. she's claiming it. Yeah, guys, in case you don't know, this is my wife, Tiffany, and this used to be all black, right? There was no tan at all. No. And you've gotten it to this point.
I have.
So even over here, guys, she's doing the A-pillars today, but this right here, the spotlight used to be there, so it's just down to metal. There was no paint there already. And
most of this has been done by hand. So I tried to use the orbital sander. There's some people are like, why don't you just use orbital sander?
Yeah, what was up with that? Why didn't you use that orbital sander?
This flexed too much. It vibrated too much away, so it wasn't having contact with the sandpaper. Had to do all of this by hand.
Yeah, all of this by hand, and she even finished out, we didn't show this, but you finished out this edge over here.
Yeah,
did you do this corner over here?
Yeah, I've done this side trim down here. I'm working my, look, I'm doing this side right here. All I've got is this A-pillar right here.
Okay, and then we got more metal here. That's probably because of the light bar, right? That's what we're thinking.
This was where the light bar was actually attached on both sides, so I actually, when I sanded it down, it was bare metal where the paint had rubbed off.
So you're about done.
Really close.
It's just this up here, really, right?
And if you can see, I can't really reach it very well.
You need go gadget arms.
I need your arms.
We've already been working hours. Really, nothing's been done on my part. However, Tiffany's finished in the details, and she might finish today. I don't know. We might call it done. Not sure what the title of this video is going to be yet. I might just say we're done and let you finish the other, later. We'll see. Right now, next thing is going to jack the car up with an actual jack, and then remove this stuff. Remove the 10 holes. They're finally serving a purpose. The 10 holes right there. Spin the car around and hopefully start welding. All right, we got a nice bright sun shining right now, but what we also have is, look guys, the car's actually moving around. I got the couple of wheels and tires on it, and of course we're just got dollies in the front, but yeah. So I thought I was about to start welding. If you remember from the last video, and by the way guys, the last video, like I said, 8.5 months ago, I will have a link to that video down in the description below. So if you want to see where I was at that long ago, I know it's been a while even for my regular viewers, you can check that out. But what I thought I was going to do was basically grind these down. See these welds here that have to be grinded down. Thought I was going to grind these spots down right here, and then from there I would go ahead and be ready to weld the cowl on, but cannot do that. Still a few more things, like there's a few more holes in here. You can see that there's a hole right there. You can see there's holes there. So I still have to fill those. Also, metal shaping. Metal shaping is fun. Nothing more fun than metal shaping, guys. We've got to do some of that here. It's supposed to be a 90 degree and come straight down. But when it comes down right here, it's got, basically it's not smooth, it's not flat. So what I've got to do, what you're going to see me do in the time lapse, is use this and a hammer. I'm gonna stick this in certain spots and hammer it in, try to get everything flat if I can. Once I do that, get that exactly flat or straight as possible, then I can fill those other holes, and then at that point, I might be able to start welding. Those of you asking for, you know, more welding content, you didn't get enough of it 8.5 months ago, a lot of it's coming. Anyway, I've got to go ahead and get started. Also, we have to sandblast, guys, because it's sat so long. We've got some rust right in there, so we got to blow that off. That should go pretty quick. The rust is very light, so that shouldn't take too long, but we're gonna have to do that next time. Sandblasting is a whole ordeal. Can't sandblast in the shop because it gets everywhere. That's gonna be doing next. I'm gonna set you guys up on the time lapse, and let's see if we can get that done so that next time we can do the sandblasting and then we can weld the cowl. This is how it goes, guys. Just, you know, got to take these tiny little steps at a time, and then hopefully start going downhill. We're real close. We're real close. All right, guys, you saw Matt come in there. He's talking to me how to shape this metal. Trying to get the metal as flat as possible through here. Very challenging, very tough stuff, but I think I'm done. I thought I was done before he came in to check. I wasn't done. I'm gonna go get him. In the meantime, though, some of you have been asking for seeing more of Tiffany sanding. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but since she's finishing up the very end here, we're gonna do a little time lapse of that, let Tiffany finish up, so.
All right.
What'd you say?
This is the last. This is the last part.
You're finishing it.
Finishing it right here.
What?
Pretty much. I think there may be like 2 little spots like over there on the deck lid. But we
You sound excited. So this is the top part we showed you earlier. I tried to help out, guys, and Tiffany promptly said GTFO, basically. It was essentially that. She said, you're burning through here, you're burning through there. So I just stopped. That's you probably saw me in the time lapse for like a millisecond, but I guess this is your project now, so.
I mean, just this part, I'm done.
You're done?
Have at it now. Have fun. Your turn.
Well, I think what we have to do now, like these metal parts, I have to decide whether I'm gonna paint that black or what I'm gonna do.
Over that.
What are you thinking, Matt? Like, is it we clear coated at this point? Don't we have to clear coat? Otherwise, these metal parts will rust, right?
Right, yeah.
Sorry, that's where I'm at today, guys. In case you didn't know, I'm actually at Fox Resto, and this is Matt, and he's the guy with the brain here. Well, and Tiff has a brain too, but I have a brain sometimes. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like if we leave this metal, that could be primer there. But
right.
I think this is metal here.
It is. Yeah.
Anywhere where there's like exposed metal, but by the time you're ready to do anything with the car,
yeah,
anywhere that there is exposed metal, we'll go ahead and sand the whatever rust accumulated at that point, and then we go ahead and shoot it with clear. It may not last forever, but the biggest thing about rust is, you know, it's oxidation, so to keep it from happening, you keep it away from oxygen, so you seal it up with paint.
Yeah, prevent the rust, right?
Yeah.
Now this here, I probably want to make that black. Because we went to, yeah, this is her one mistake she made on the car, guys. Otherwise the car's perfect. Look at this paint job. Anyway, pretty much done, even though Tiffany was so excited, she said she was done. Look, she's still over here, still doing stuff. Trying to get all the black out of here. At some point, we will clear it. It's staying like this. In case you didn't know, it's gonna be a track car, road race car, autocross car, whatever. Gonna run it into stuff and not care about the body. So it's staying like this for a while. Maybe one day I'll actually paint it, but not anytime soon. As far as the other part today, guys, pretty much ready to weld, but we're not gonna do it in this video. Didn't get to that point. I'll be honest, I'm a little tired, and we just decided to do this instead, and we had a lot to get the car even moved around. Had to put the rear end back together. That all took longer than I thought it would. So yeah, that's all we're gonna do for today for this one. So it really wasn't welding, but Tiffany, how do you feel? Feeling pretty good. You're excited, aren't you?
Yes, I can tell.
She's so excited.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. One that's like, oh, by the way, I've got the project next for you. No, I'm done. I am done.
Next time, hopefully we'll get to the cow. Didn't get to it this time, thought we would, but the car itself is done, and we're back on it. Back on the SSP. You guys wanted it? Nemesis. Back on Nemesis. Yeah, see? Nemesis. It's Nemesis. That's it. I know a shorter video unless I jab too long, but maybe I'll edit that out. But yeah, here we go, guys. What do you think about the finished look here? Pretty much done. Just have to clear it. Like I said, I do want to cover that up with black paint, but that's about it. I'm going to leave all these imperfections. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, you got to see this project finish, right? So you got to subscribe, and we'll see you here next time with Gearhead 704.
Too much.
It did.
And it flexed away.
Flex, God. Wait, hold on. I got it. Okay, now don't look at that. That's probably a blooper. Anyway.
Yeah, man, you gonna work on that car yet?
What are you doing? Can't even start this video. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm working on the car today.
All right. You
yes.
sure you don't have something else to do? It's only been 11 months.
It has not been that long. We're talking about that right now.
I need your arms.
Just take my arm. Hide your arm. I'll be your arm.
Oh my god.
Hello. I'm Tiffany. How are you today? You got to keep your arms under control, babe.
We're just